Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Crafting Dead Survival, the series where we talk about everything Walking Dead and Crafting Dead, because that's all we talk about, because I really like that show. Okay, but yeah, so basically in the last episode I rambled on about who I wanted, spoilers, Negan to kill. So basically, I literally just finished recording that episode, and also the iron ingots are finished smelting in the furnace, so we can put those up in there. But yeah, I literally just finished recording that episode, so I'm recording this one straight after. But yeah, so I was kind of talking about it, and I want to talk more about Walking Dead, but instead of talking about Walking Dead, I figured we'd talk about not Crafting Dead, Go away! Fear the Walking Dead, and I'm just gonna kill these zombies because they're annoying me. But yeah, I figured we would talk about Fear the Walking Dead instead. So basically, Fear the Walking Dead, spoilers if you haven't seen any of them, is a series. It's pretty much the exact same show as The Walking Dead, except there's different characters, and I have broken my leg. So I need to get to the house, or I am probably going to die. And I don't know if I have any morphine either. I think I do. I'm pretty sure I do. But yeah, like I said, Fear the Walking Dead is pretty much the same as Walking Dead, except it's about how the apocalypse started. So if you guys haven't seen that show, I do very much recommend you go and watch it, because it is a very cool show. And well, I say very cool. Probably the coolest show I have ever watched, ever. In my entire life, as well as just normal Walking Dead. So yeah, I do definitely recommend going to watch that. But yeah, so like I was talking about, it's a series about how the apocalypse in The Walking Dead started. So it's kind of like, oh, this is what happened. Although it's kind of like not even like how it all started really. It just kind of starts off with characters and where it started, I guess. It starts off in a town. I can't remember where the place is called, where it starts. Oh no, so many zombies. Okay, we're gonna have to hold them off with this. Oh no, the sound is so loud. Okay, sorry for that silence. The sound of the bullets going out of the gun was really loud. And it's doing it again. But yeah. So, like I was saying, I don't really know what town it started in, or, well, what the town was actually called that it started in. And I've also just realised I've drawn a ton of walkers to me. But yeah, I don't know what the town is called, but if you haven't seen the show, like I said, I'm now going to be giving spoilers, so I'd recommend watching the show before you actually listen to me talking, because I'm going to be talking non-stop about the show because I really like the show. Do you understand now? So yes, so it basically started in a town that I can't remember the name of, and it was kind of like, it kind of started with these characters, if I can remember their names, Travis, Alicia, Nick, and I'm trying to remember the woman's name. Oh no! The woman's name, what's her name? I'm sorry guys, I don't know. What's her name? I can't remember. But let's just say the mum. So it started with them, and basically what happened is, Nick, who is a drug addict. I'm not used to talking about these kind of things in my episodes, which is kind of weird. But yeah, well, this mod does have guns, so you know, it's kind of. But yeah, it starts with Nick, a character who is a drug addict. He's at a church, and basically how it starts is he wakes up and he basically just sees blood. He sees blood everywhere in a church, like an old abandoned church where loads of people that do drugs go and things like that, and he's there with his friends, and he wakes up and his friends aren't there, so he basically looks around, he sees blood everywhere, which isn't unusual for that kind of place, so he's kind of looking around. Next thing you know, he's going to the main part of he sees, basically he goes down the stairs where he finds the body of his friend. And obviously, gore warning, I will put this in the title, gore warning. He finds his friends with basically their intestines hanging out of their stomach. Yes, I know how this show sounds, but what do you expect? It's Walking Dead. But yeah, he finds basically, I don't even know why I'm doing this. You should watch the show, but I'm going to talk about it anyway, because I just like to. And yeah, so he finds one of his friends like that, and then he goes downstairs to find his friend, that's a girl, as a zombie eating another one of his friends. So she obviously chases after him, obviously. He runs out, shuts the door, so she's in the building. He runs out into the road, like, help, help, my friends are eating each other. Which obviously is going to sound like just a tale that drug addicts will kind of come up with, because I suppose, I don't really know, but I suppose drugs would make your mind go a little bit crazy. You'd see things, I guess. I don't know, would you? I don't know, I'll have to look it up after this. But yeah, I'd imagine, let's just say, I'm pretty sure it does. But yeah, so he's probably seeing things, is what everyone's thinking. So, of course, he runs out into the road, and what do you expect if you run out to the road? You get hit by a car. So he gets hit by a car, he wakes up in a hospital, where the doctors obviously know that he's a drug addict, and he has to have a specific medicine to keep himself alive, and things like that. And he's in the hospital, and no one believes what he's saying, because he's obviously on drugs. So people are like, oh, I don't believe you, you're a liar, you know, this and that. Until his mum's partner, Travis, speaks to him, and he said, Travis, if you don't believe me, go to this place. So he sends Travis to the church, which is where Travis sees the blood everywhere, except this time the body that was on the stairs isn't there. And this is the first season I'm talking about. I'm not going to talk about the second season yet. That'll probably be in the next episode if I can remember. Yes, so he basically goes there. The body that was there before isn't there now. The other body that the girl was eating wasn't there either, and neither was she. So they're hiding somewhere in the building. It was really creepy, because it was sort of like, he went there at night, which, how stupid are you if you go there at night? And I know I'm just pacing around, so it's kind of boring. I should probably just make a podcast all about Fear the Walking Dead and things like that. You know, why not? But yeah, we're gonna sleep. Ouch, you broke your leg, yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, so he kind of goes there at night, which is really stupid. He doesn't find anything other than blood everywhere. And then he sort of goes back, and he's sort of like, okay, I see what you mean, but it's kind of probably the drugs. And then, basically, the mum, I still can't remember her name. The mum works at school, so basically she goes to school. There's it's been on the news that there's like an illness going around and blah 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 blah. And a boy comes into school, sets the metal alarms off because he has a knife in his pocket, because he knows that a zombie apocalypse is about to start, and people are like, oh no, give me that knife, you don't need it. Yes, you do. So skip a few days, well, skip a few boring episodes here and there. It turns out the zombie apocalypse starts, they see it on the news, a person gets shot like 12 million times in the stomach and still doesn't die, he eats a police officer or two, blah blah blah, and then it gets to the point where I need some food. It gets to the point where I need some food. But yeah, so it gets to the point where he is basically, or the characters have kind of figured out something's happening. They need to leave the town. So they obviously, their first thought was, oh, let's go somewhere in the countryside. Surely there's going to be no zombies there. So they decide to go there, except Travis then remembers, oh, I need to go get my son, which Travis's son is... Oh, what's his name? Oh, no! Let's just say Travis's son. So he goes to get his son and his wife, or not his wife, his ex-wife, who's the mother of his son. Let's just get this straight. Alicia and Nick aren't the son of Travis. They're the son of their mum, obviously, whose name I can't remember, and their dad, who was never really talked about. So that happens. They get prepared to go. They find a dog. The dog attacks a zombie. The zombie eats the dog. They kill the zombie. They go into the main town, or Travis does, in his truck. He goes to find his son, finds a building. There's like a barber shop. There's a man there, or a French man. No, he's Spanish man who can speak Spanish, with his daughter and his wife, or his mum. I think it was his wife, I'm pretty sure. So that's what he's doing. He's there in the barber shop, and then Travis is like, let us in, there's zombies everywhere, people are tipping cars over, setting them on fire, things like that. So they go in the shop, people are smashing on the windows like, let us in, but they lock the doors anyway and don't let anyone in. Then Travis says, oh, I'll help you. They leave. I'm talking really quickly now. They leave, they get in the truck. The wife of the Spanish man gets her legs like a building, not a building, like a little tower thing fell on her legs when they were trying to escape, so her legs are sort of like crushed, I guess, and bleeding, and so yeah, they get in the back of the truck, not knowing what's going on. They obviously try and get out, don't get very far, and then it skips forward like 5 months or something like that, and now living in a little community that's been put together by the military, and stuff like that. And then they realize that the military are only keeping them there because they are going to use them as kind of bait, I guess you could say, to the zombies, so that the military can be safe before the civilians can. So they obviously find out, and they're sort of like, oh, this isn't cool, I don't like this idea, that's not fair on us. So they obviously rebel against them, and they're like, oh no, we're not doing this. And then they find out there's a massive town hall full of zombies that the military were hiding from everyone. They break it open, Travis and his group do. They break it open, and all the zombies come out, kill all the military people. There's Travis's son's mother gets bit, or his ex-wife gets bit. They don't know at this point. Nick gets kidnapped. He's in like a cage because he's obviously a drug addict, so he's in a cage looking thing with a load of other drug addict and ill people, where he finds someone called Strand. Strand helps him get out. They're now all together. Strand has a holiday home somewhere near the beach, so they all head there, and they're all safe and sound. And then he's like, oh, we can get out of here on Abigail. And they're obviously like, what are you on about? Abigail is his boat, so they leave on a boat called Abigail, obviously having to collect up a load of supplies, and I don't want to get eaten by zombies. Bye-bye. But yeah, so they're obviously on this Abigail now, and that brings us to Season 2. I don't know what happened, because it skipped forward like 2 months, I don't know how. The entire city is basically on fire now, getting blown up and this and that. They are on the boat Abigail now, they're escaping, there's zombies everywhere, they nearly get bit. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about Travis's ex-wife. She got bitten, she gave a gun to Travis, Travis shot her, that was the end of her. So yeah, that's what happened with her, and I don't know why I'm talking about this, I feel like I'm gonna get copyrighted for this, probably, oh well, we'll find out. If I do, I'll have to take this video down, but that's fine. I'd rather take this video down than anything happen, but that's fine. So yeah, that happens. It now brings us to Season 2. Season 2 is basically getting off to a nice start. They're on the boat. They've come across quite a few people that have tried to kill them. They've left a raft full of like 12,000, not really, about 100, or should I, it's more like 50 people on one tiny raft. They left them afloat at sea. They get to land because they need supplies, and that was like 1 episode ago. They got to land because they needed supplies. They met this woman who has a friend who was in a plane that crashed, and she's sort of like I don't know, she's like a Chinese woman. I don't really know what she is, but she's pretty cool, like pretty awesome, like a really good, like kind of like what Michonne's like. She has like the same traits as Michonne in normal Walking Dead, except she's like a teenager. So you can kind of guess how that goes. But yeah, so that's what's kind of happening right now. And then they basically found that the woman has a friend who's like been completely burnt because they were in a airplane crash. His entire body is burnt, like completely. He could barely talk. He can't even open one of his eyes. His entire face has like a 1,000,000-degree burn. You know, he's dying. She has 2 friends with her. They need help too. Blah 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 blah. They decide, they swim out to Nick's group or Travis's group on the boat where Strand is driving it. And Strand has decided he's going to Mexico, which none of them knew about, but he's going now apparently, according to him. And this happens and that happens, and basically during the night Strand doesn't want any more people on the boat, so basically what he does is, because the people are in a raft connected by a rope, he chops the rope off and lets them adrift at sea. Which is obviously a really stupid idea, which I haven't told you about this, but basically the girl Alicia, who is the daughter of the mum and Nick's sister, she got in touch with a person on a radio called Jack. Jack is basically a person who said his boat was sunk, but it hasn't. He's basically part of a bigger group who could kill pretty much anyone, and Jack has now found them on a boat. They've now found the Abigail. They're now taking over everyone. There's a pregnant woman on there. She pretended she's given birth. They took the mum down, and then they attacked them, and then blah 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 blah. Next thing you know, they're all pretty much unconscious. They have taken Alicia and Travis to their boat, but luckily enough, Nick was on the shore getting one of Strand's friends, so they're back. Strand's friend killed all the bad people on the boat. They're now alive, blah 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 blah. They're using the person that they shot as kind of like bait to get their family back, to get Alicia and Travis back. Long story short, they get them back, and that's where we're left now. And excuse me, I need to cough real quick. Sorry about that. That was crazy. I've never done so much talking in my life to anyone. Like, seriously, this is the most I've ever talked to anything ever. But that pretty much takes us to the episode I just finished watching about 2 hours ago, so okay. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed me rambling on about the history of Fear the Walking Dead. But anyways, guys, if you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you stick around for the next one, which will be out next Tuesday, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.